forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let's talk some NFL. And the Raiders are expected to give Tom Brady 2 years, $60 million contract. I'm guessing that's going to be fully guaranteed. And also Antonio Brown is expected to meet with teams at the NFL Scouting Combine at the end of this month. So let's get into it. Let's start off with Tom Brady. All right. The Patriots may be too cheap to match that, to be honest. You know, and can you blame Brady for, you know, not wanting to leave? Him and Belichick secretly been butting heads. There's a lot of bravado. There's a lot of arrogance going around. I know Tom Brady want to prove that, you know, I don't need Belichick and Belichick need me. Belichick want to prove that he don't need Tom Brady. Tom Brady need him. And that's natural, man, for two kings or two, you know, top dogs to butt heads. All right. Will they both regret it at some point? Possibly so. But one thing I do know is the Patriots have refused to put weapons around Tom Brady. Even some of the offensive linemen, you know, that they shuffled in over the years ain't been high draft picks. And that's because Bill Belichick can't draft. Tom Brady went out there literally with nothing last year, especially with Rob Gronkowski gone and just Julian Edelman. So, you know, to go to the Raiders, you know, Vegas would love Tom Brady to go there. They probably give Brady money on the low to come to Vegas and be an attraction. You know how much traffic that, you know, Tom would attract in Vegas. That'd be a huge move. But the Raiders got to put something put them around them. The defense is coming along, but they don't have enough. Compared to the Los Angeles Chargers, they got a lot. They got a good defensive front. They ain't good at stopping the run, which they need to get better at that. But with Bosa and Ingram and Darwin James in the back end and Desmond King, shout out to my Detroit boy, in the back end, they got more to offer. And then if they bring back Melvin Gordon, maybe. They still got Austin Eckler. They still got the kid out of Northwestern that run the ball. You know, and then they got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. They got receivers. They got more weapons than the Raiders. The Raiders, you know, other than Tyrell Williams, I mean, unless they're going to bring in A.J. Green, and they can get A.J. Green out of Cincinnati, then that'll work. And then Wallen, whatever the tight end they got, that'll work. So, you know, they probably need to make a few adjustments. Josh Jacobs, he cool. He really, really cool. So if they can add an A.J. Green in there and a few more weapons on defense, I think they got a good shot. And you know, you got to wonder, will New England match that, you know, 2 years, $60 million deal? They just so cheap, man. And I think they've been spoiled over the years. And I think Tom Brady, he got a lot to do with that success. And people say, well, Matt Castle came in and went 11-5, but they didn't make the playoffs. All right, so if they want to plug in Jordan Stidham or Mariota or Jameis or Andy Dalton, well, hey, be my guest. Plug those guys in and see how far it gets you. But, you know, I think other teams are going to be out there as well. You know, Tennessee with Mike Vrabel, he might offer him some real money besides franchising Ryan Tannehill. So that's something to look at as well, too. I mean, the Chargers, I think that's been a place that he's rumored to go. Cam Newton said that's where he's going. You know, if he can bring a championship to the Chargers, which I believe the Chargers, you know, maybe a couple offensive linemen away and, you know, maybe a running back to replace Melvin Gordon and go with Eckler, you know, they may be right there. They got all the weapons. Hunter Henry, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, you know. So that's a better ideal space for him. But for Vegas to bring Brady in with the Raiders and that new stadium, they're gonna bring a lot of money in Las Vegas with that. So if it's kind of about the money for Brady and the respect, you know, going to the Raiders may be the thing. If it's about winning right now, and you get the respect with Los Angeles, if you bring a championship to the Chargers, that's huge. You know, but the Chargers been known to be a frugal organization. I don't know if they want to give Brady 2 years, $60 million. But they do got to fill up that stadium to prove they can do it, or else they getting shipped to London. So that's something to look at. But other than Antonio Brown, you know what? They need to help him before he get to talking to teams. But I think the best thing for him to do is to play football. I think without football, he kind of like Deion Waiters. He lost, he going to keep getting in trouble. I think football provided him structure to walk on the right path. But now you see when you take football away from Antonio Brown, what's going to happen. When Antonio Brown is forced to retire, you got a glimpse of what's going to happen in his career. And I do believe they need to evaluate him mentally, physically, and kind of, you know, get him. They need to get him a blueprint. They need to get him a blueprint on how to deal with, you know, time away from football. You know, they need to find, put him, if he ain't got his degree from wherever, from Central Michigan or whatever, they need to send him back to school, get his degree. You know, if it comes to where they need to give him a job in the league office or internship, they need to figure out how to keep him busy, his mind sharp, away from football. Because if you don't, somebody gonna end up stretching Antonio Brown in these streets, man. So they need to more importantly, before throwing him on the football, they need to get him ready for life after football, or life away from football. So when he ain't got to work out every morning no more, and he ain't got to train for football, because it's coming, he an older guy, football not gonna always be there for him. You know, if the NFL need to start a program, and it could be called the Antonio Brown program, to help transition, you know, retirees into life. And if they got a program, they need to kind of refurbish it and do it a little bit better, because, you know, hey, this program should help guys, you know, who almost got enough credits to complete their college, you know, degree. That's why it's important. People laugh and say, you know, well, why do you believe, you know, these dudes should go to college and get their degree instead of going to the league and making money? For one, a lot of these dudes ain't mature enough to deal with the money. Look at the Eddie Curry story. Two, how you gonna manage all this money? And it should be some required classes these dudes have to take. Let me say that for a minute. You know, like accounting, finance classes. All these dudes have to take some type of finance account classes that's playing college sports, especially if you're going to the NBA and NFL. Because how you gonna give a dude? Let's just say you come out and make $50 million. You know, between the shoe deal and the apparel deal and the NFL contract. You ain't never paid a light bill. You ain't never paid rent. You ain't never did nothing. So if you ain't never managed a balanced life, or nobody in your family ever had that money, you're gonna fail every time. So that's why I think they need a program for guys that's about to retire, you know, or that's entering retirement. They should kind of go through that exit program on how to get their life together, how to go back and get their degree. And the NFL should reimburse some of these dudes for getting their degree again. You know what I'm saying? And once they get their degree, the NFL pay for their degree, they reimburse them, and then they, you know, possibly get an internship with the NFL or partner up with IBM or Microsoft and get these dudes you know, some jobs and how to get this money out here without football. You know, because Antonio Brown without football is somebody that's headed for self-destruction. You know, and he gonna get stretched in these streets. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget to check out our NFL playlist. Let me know what y'all think about Brady possibly going to the Raiders with Los Angeles Chargers. I'm gonna say San Diego, but I said it. Los Angeles Chargers. Will they match, you know, the Raiders? What's the best fit for Brady other than New England? Appreciate it. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have business questions, inquiries, sponsorship, video questions. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time. We go.